Hola, en esta lección vamos a aprender a cambiar los verbos al presente subjuntivo. Before watching this video, you might watch the previous video where I explain what the subjunctive mood in Spanish is, more or less. If you've watched that video, in this video we'll be talking about how we change verbs into the present subjunctive. Of course, you'll notice that the way that we change verbs into the present subjunctive will very closely resemble the command forms. Let's look at most verbs. First, let's take a look at the AR verbs. For most AR verbs, we'll take the infinitive form of the verb, take off the AR, and add the following endings: es, hemos, eis, en. For example, hablar would change to hable, hables, hable, hablemos, habléis, hablen. Llamar would change to llame, llames, llame, llamemos, llaméis, llamen. Esperar would change to espere, esperes, espere, esperemos, esperéis, esperen. And pensar would change to piense, pienses, piense, pensemos, penséis, piensen. As we can see with pensar, the AR stem changing verbs, or SHU verbs, change like the normal present tense, but with the subjunctive endings. Of course, if they end in CAR, GAR, or ZAR, we'll see the following changes. Sacar would change to saque, saques, saque, saquemos, saquéis, saquen. Buscar would change to busque, busques, busque, busquemos, busquéis, busquen. And tocar would change to toque, toques, toque, toquemos, toquéis, and toquen. For some GAR verbs, we have llegar would change to llegue, llegues, llegue, lleguemos, lleguéis, lleguen. Pagar would change to pague, pagues, pague, paguemos, paguéis, paguen. And jugar would change to juegue, juegues, juegue, juguemos, juguéis, jueguen. Notice jugar is again a stem changer, and so we see that stem change in the normal locations but with these endings. How about some ZARs? Abrazar, to hug, abrace, abraces, abrace, abracemos, abracéis, abracen. Cruzar, cruce, cruces, cruce, crucemos, crucéis, crucen. Gozar, goce, goces, goce, gocemos, gocéis, gocen. Now let's look at some ER verbs. For most ER verbs, we'll take off the ER and add the following endings: a, as, a, amos, ais, an. So some examples: comer would change to coma, comas, coma, comamos, comáis, coman. Leer would change to lea, leas, lea, leamos, leáis, lean. Volver would change to vuelva, vuelvas, vuelva, volvamos, volváis, vuelvan. And tener would change to tenga, tengas, tenga, tengamos, tengáis, tengan. Notice that ER stem changing or SHU verbs change just like they normally do, only with the subjunctive endings. But notice tener has an irregular yo form, and will follow the formula of a verb changed to the yo form minus the o plus the endings a, as, a, amos, ais, an. Now let's look at some IR verbs. For regular IR verbs, we'll add the same endings that we did for the ER verbs: a, as, a, amos, ais, an. Some examples: we have escribir, escriba, escribas, escriba, escribamos, escribáis, escriban. Vivir would change to viva, vivas, viva, vivamos, viváis, vivan. Dormir would change to duerma, duermas, duerma, durmamos, durmáis, duerman. And decir would change to diga, digas, diga, digamos, digáis, digan. IR stem changing verbs or SHU verbs change just like they normally do, but they have a strange change outside of the SHU. Notice in the nosotros and vosotros forms, E to IE and E to I would change to E to I, and O to UE would change to O to U. So we have durmamos and durmáis, because that O changes to a U. And notice that decir has an irregular yo form, and it will follow the formula: a verb changed to the yo form minus the O plus the endings a, as, a, amos, ais, an. Finally, there are some irregular verbs. An easy way to remember them is that the first letter of each one spells out dishes. Dar will be de, des, de, demos, des, den. Ir would be vaya, vayas, vaya, vayamos, vayáis, vayan. Saber would be sepa, sepas, sepa, sepamos, sepáis, sepan. Haber would be haya. Estar would be esté, estés, esté, estemos, estéis, estén. And ser would be sea, seas, sea, seamos, seáis, sean. But if this is all confusing for you, let me break it down. Here's a checklist of things to ask yourself to simplify the rules a little. Is the verb irregular? If yes, change accordingly. If no, keep going. Does the verb have an irregular yo form? If yes, change it to the yo form in the present tense. Por ejemplo, digo, conozco, hago, pongo. Take off the O, then skip to step 3. If no, keep going. Is the verb a stem changer? If yes, change it to its present tense forms. Then remove the O, as, a, amos, ais, an, or o, es, e, emos, eis, en at the end. And don't forget that IR verbs will change E to I and O to U in the nosotros and vosotros forms. Then skip to step 3. If it's not, keep going. Does the verb end in CAR, GAR, or ZAR? If yes, take off the AR, then change C to QU, G to GU, and Z to C. Then skip to step 3. If no, keep going. If the verb isn't one of these exceptions, it's considered regular, so start with step 1. And that's pretty much it for this video explaining how we form verbs into the present subjunctive in Spanish. Hopefully you found it helpful. Let me know if you have any questions or comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for updates on new Spanish video lessons. Also, if you found this video helpful, you might check out some of the other videos in this series. If you'd like to practice forming the subjunctive a little, click on this video. If you'd like to see how the subjunctive is used generally, click on this explanation video. Or if you'd like to see when exactly the present subjunctive is used, it turns out we can understand quite a bit with the acronym WEIRDOS. To see the general uses summarized in the acronym WEIRDOS, click on the word weirdos. Gracias por mirar y nos vemos.